Welcome to the second half of the Bobby Dupre Show. And of course, I forgot to recognize my sidekick here.
I recognized you.
And Andrew Bdthurs.
Good morning.
And we try to bring you some good news, and we try to have a good time. So because we get exactly $0 for doing the show.
I'm getting rich every day.
I'm having a full heart. We're able to say good things about people and the communities that we visit and people that we know and people that call in. But all good things.
But I watch all these big old chains. They make money in volume. Maybe if we make it nothing, we got to do more at nothing, and maybe we can make more money. I mean, I don't know.
It's kind of like the man selling watermelon, and he telling his partner, he says, you know, we're just not making any money. He says, we need to double up on that truck we have.
That's about like us.
Losing.
That's like us.
Last Sunday, I have something to talk about right here with the church in Washington, the Immaculate Conception Church, and I'll talk about that in a second. But Sunday, I attended Mass over in Crotch Springs, St. Anthony's.
Sure.
And
Father Mark Ledoux there.
Mark Ledoux, Opelousas native. A young lady, and her husband came up to me after Mass, and she says, aren't you the man on television? I said, yes, I am. I mean, at church, I didn't think they'd pull a gun on me or nothing. You know, I could admit it openly. And she said, well, we watch your program. And I said, well, where are you from? She said, we're from Lafayette, so good morning. I didn't get a name because it wasn't the best place to be writing a story, but I did remember, and she was so nice, and she says, I also like the way you all do the sponsor ads. Now, how about that? That's the first time I heard that. And you get the credit for that. But talking about that, when we go to spend the weekend at 3 Mile Lake, like we have the last 2 weekends, we attend Mass there. When I'm in Opelousas, I generally attend Mass over in Washington at Immaculate Conception Church.
Sure.
And I'm going to make a statement here, and I hope I don't get myself in trouble. I'm thinking it's good news, but maybe someone else might think it's not. But anyhow.
The church burned down just to set this up for somebody maybe that's not from Opelousas or Washington.
And they're in the planning stages of rebuilding as quick as they can start.
And they want to match the church that had been built 150 plus years ago.
That's correct. Well, the little church in Crotch Springs has been built maybe 40, 50 years at the most. It needed a lot of remodeling. The storm had done a lot of damage to the roof and all. So Father Mark, as soon as he got there, got on to putting a brand new roof on the rectory in the rear where he lives and where the office is, and then also to the church. And inside, completely repainted and all. And what I noticed about the church is how big it appears because they don't have the columns.
It's wide open to look around.
It's wide open to look around. And I know I spoke with Father Nunez, and he was telling me that they want to put the post back in there. I said, Father, consider taking the post. All you're doing is blocking the people. That you thought you had to have that then, but they have materials today. We can make the church look identical on the outside and not have that
nearly identical on the inside without the obstruction.
Without the obstruction.
And a wider aisle because you know that your people are in wheelchairs, walkers, that type of thing as well. Makes a little more room to pass.
So anyhow, whoever the people are in charge of this drawing up of the, I hope some of you are listening. I know Miss Ethel is definitely one.
Is that the laundry room? Good morning.
I think Father Nunez watches when he can also. And that's my view. I'm going to donate, so y'all know that. I've donated before, and I'm going to donate again. But I know I'm not trying to control it, but it just makes it so much more.
You're going to have to change a few things no matter what. So while you're consider that, so you know, maybe it'll be an improvement and still have the traditional styling inside.
Had a nice telephone conversation with Vicky Thibodeau on Tuesday night. She called and had dropped off a flower here. Oh, first-class flower, too.
Glossy.
Benefit for the Immaculate Conception Church, the church I'm speaking about. That's going to be April the 10th, so that's not this weekend, but next weekend. It's going to be from 10:30 a.m. until 4 p.m., and it's going to be on the lot across the street from the former church on Mountville Street. They're going to have sausage, po' boys will be sold for dinner, so don't plan on cooking that day. Plan on going there.
Bake sale.
Yeah, they're going to bring your lawn chairs and have lunch on the lawn, live music, cake sale, entertainment for all ages, and all proceeds will be donated to Immaculate Conception Church Recovery. And they're going to have a live auction. And Vicki told me several items are going to really be interesting, should bring some. It's the best way to raise money at one of these type of people are giving items. I know Vidrine Furniture and what would you call that, right out of LeBeau. They have donated 1, 2, maybe 3 pieces of furniture, maybe a brand new refrigerator. It should be a good success. But Vicki, thank you. And it's so funny, my cousin Beryl, while I was over there at her house, I got to talking to her about our cousins, like Tessie Lalonde, Tessie Fontenot Lalonde. And she says, yeah, we're very close with Vicki Thibodeau. And Vicki calls me last night. So what a small world. But Father, keep that. Don't get upset with me for my suggestion here. But if y'all would like, I'd be happy to take a little run over to Crotch Springs and show you how beautiful, to get an idea. It's not a big church, but it appears to be much larger than it is because it doesn't have those obstructions.
Now, I got a bunch of sponsors I got to get to.
Yes, sir.
You know, somebody called in and told you that they like the sponsor part. Well, here we go. They're going to get a lot of it right now. Benny's Supermarket right now. Benny's. Let me tell you, 7 days a week they got the deli open. You got the rice and gravies with the smothered potatoes. You got some good soul cooking. If you're a worker, want to bring that plate dinner with you, you can get all that there to take with you on the job. But don't forget them for salads too. You got the salads with meat or without meat if you're looking for that Friday with just a little boiled egg in there to help you out, keep you strong during your Lenten fast. They've also got the new in the back, Blake's Brewhouse. And everybody keeps asking me about this LA31 Grenade beer that's so good. Made, you know, the recipe made by these guys right here around the Arnaville area. Go by. Blake has them in his little brew house in the back right corner near the fresh produce. You'll see the huge selection of 80+ different beers. Go by and pick up any type of food you want. Fresh produce, great beer selection, great wine selection. Miss Mary's Gift Shop, Little Benny's Sports Shack in there as well for nutritional supplemental type needs. That's Benny's Supermarket. And Carl's Thrifty Way, all your medicinal needs. Carl's Thrifty Way can help you with your prescriptions, over-the-counter type stuff.
Picked up my monthly supply
there you go.
Monday afternoon.
If you're looking for stuff to do your contact lenses, you know, that's what I always like to use that as a good example. Things that maybe you don't think drugstore, but they've got all that stuff, good high quality things that when you're going on that vacation, the little bitty shampoo bottles, they got some of that stuff in there as well. Home decorating ideas, gift wrap, monogramming, they give out all that at Carl's Thrifty Way. And how about one more sponsor before I give it back to you for a second? Slimco. Slimco scholarships, that's coming up this summer. You got to hurry up and get your form and go to slimco.com. They're going to give 20 $2,000 scholarships, all from Slimco. They're going to award them at the annual meeting on June the 4th. You got to get your application in. I think it's the first week of May that they want it in. You can call Miss Mary Laurent, 896-2520. It applies to anybody that's a Slimco customer or a child of a Slimco customer. And you can be all the way, I think, through your sophomore year in college or high school senior.
I think they have several hundred thousand customers in South Louisiana.
So go by, get hooked up.
Yep. St. Jude's Research Hospital, we know the good that they do for the crippled children and children with cancer and all. Indian Hills Country Club is having their 3rd annual fundraiser to benefit St. Jude's Children Research Hospital. That'll be April the 30th and May the 1st. So you need to get together and get over there or contact them and send in your name. And they play, I think they play foursomes. I'm not that good. No, it's a 2-man. Well, no, that's something. Yeah, a 2-man best ball entry.
Obviously.
Yep, two-man
What
team.
you and I play golf.
Yeah,
What you and I do is we go out there, we bring a little check, and we tell everybody hi.
Yep, that's exactly what we do. And I try to go and meet with Lee Young at least once per week. I had my visit on Tuesday. Lee is looking good, feeling good, still having that little problem with getting around, but you'd never know it.
Got a nice note from the Nobles Garden Club. April 5th is when they're going to judge the cleanest city. April 5th at 9:30 a.m. That's at the beginning of that week. But this weekend, they want you to clean all your yard, clean all the property you got. If you got some junk cars, you can call the city. They'll pick them up for free. Anything you got out, they got to be hauled off. They'll do all that for free. But this weekend, April the 2nd, that is Saturday, go to your school. If you're a kid at any school, go meet at your local school at 8 a.m. They're going to give you some bags and everything, and all the kids can go out and help. Or go by, if you're an adult, go show up at your local school. It's in your neighborhood. Go out and have the trash bash. They want boots on the ground to go and clean up all the trash around town. If you see any trash around your neighborhood, go walk around your neighborhood. If you're going to exercise in the evenings because the weather's good, bring a little bag with you and pick stuff up. Yeah.
There you go.
And I want to thank Miss Bdthurs0331 and Miss Catherine Cosgrove for letting me know.
Okay, you want one more
photos.
sponsor?
How about some more photos?
Photos. Okay, let's go to photos. Let's see.
Let's do it. We got, first one, we got Mr. Link, Mr. Chef Donald Link.
Chef Donald Link. I want to stop right here for a minute. Chef Donald Link is on the upper left side, left end, with the long sleeve, looks like a sweatshirt type, because it was cool. That was over on Mardi Gras Day in downtown Mamou, Louisiana. And I was feeding the whole group. And I had no idea that Chef Donald Link was as famous as he is. But here he is. He taught us how to take a little pork steak and make a real delicious sandwich just by cutting it up and then putting a little bit of barbecue sauce between two pieces of white bread. Look at Evangeline made bread right there. That's what we use, Mr. Chick. Don't forget, Mr. Chick. Andrew and I need to go make that visit over there and look at your plant. But Chef Donald Link on Saturday, we turned on the Travel Channel, and who was featured on the Travel Channel other than Chef Donald Link? I had no idea. You mentioned that
when you said, you said, I met this guy, I'm trying to think of his name, New Orleans, and I said, Donald Link? Yeah, how you know that? I said, man, the guy's all over the world right now.
Herb Saint is
New Orleans is
his first restaurant. Then he's got two Cochons restaurants.
That's today's home run. The Herb Saint's way made his reputation, but the Cochon right now is hot.
And they're building one right here in downtown Lafayette at River Ranch. So, Donald, we're going to get in contact with you. And then, of course, go back to the picture. Let me name the other guys real quick in there. One more time. There you go. The fella next to Donald is none other than Billy Link, Billy Boy. He's from Crowley, Louisiana, and he's a rice farmer and a crawfish farmer. Next to him is none other than our own master welder, Mr. Malcolm Lalonde, retired now. Then Bobby Dupre, and then the gentleman on the right is Chris Granger. He's the man with the camera. He's a professional photographer. And the gentleman with the video camera is Francis James. He was in Mamou with a seven-day-old baby. And of course, they were not with us that day. But Donald, I would have never known you were a celebrity. You're such a nice fella. Looking forward to seeing you when I go down to a wedding that's coming up on April the 15th. Pat and Alice Morrow's beautiful young daughter, and Mr. Lopez.
Castillo, see another side of 3. Now let's show some more photos. These are from 3 Mile.
3 Mile Lake. We had
Ben. I'm saying Ben. Boudreaux.
Paul Boudreaux.
Paul Boudreaux.
Yeah, Paul Boudreaux. I gave Paul Boudreaux the African Queen. That's on the right. The motor had conked out on his son Jamie, who's sitting on the African Queen. And we had a little help from Larry Gauthier with the white hat in the back of me. I'm driving the boat. And then Ramp is, now you can see Ramp better there. And I'm not sure who took the pictures, but that was my camera.
It was on your camera. You must know
that's that young couple. We're going to show them in a minute.
Look at the sunset. That's pretty.
Beautiful sunset.
And the birds already starting to nest in the birdhouses. Go, what you got there?
These youngsters are
playing. That's a whale that came up?
That's a person that hit the water.